How you doing, guys? Today I'm going to take you through some variations that you can do as a hypermobile person for your upper body. Now, most people in their time, if they are hypermobile, will have been given some kind of resistance band exercise to help with their shoulder strength. But there are certain things that happen in a hypermobile body that are different to the average body. So I'm going to take you through a few things that you can do to adjust your resistance band work for your upper body so that you feel the right muscles working and you reduce your risk of injury. Let's go. First thing, there are different kinds of band resistance that you can use. So these are power bands. These ones are quite thick and strong, and these are TheraBands. So these ones are probably what you've been given by your physio or your osteo. Whatever you're using, make sure it's the right, appropriate strength for you. By looping the band around a pole or a post or like a gym rack, squat rack, and we're going to hold onto the band where we feel comfortable. Now, the closer you are to your anchor, the more resistance that there's going to be going through your arms. So pick your range appropriately. The first thing we're going to go over is a row. Now, rows are a really simple exercise that are often given to help strengthen the backs of the shoulder blades and your rhomboids. But as a hypermobile person, typically what we'll find we do is something like this, where we end up pulling our elbows so far back that our shoulder blades actually tilt forward. And all we're doing there is loading up the upper traps, which are probably already working pretty hard for you. So instead, we're going to row and we're going to stop when the elbows get to the torso. So you'll notice how my elbows are no longer going as far back as they can. And I'm not worrying about bringing my shoulder blades together or squeezing. I'm just stopping at my end range and I'm feeling what's happening behind my shoulders. So what we want to be feeling is muscles around the shoulder blade engaging. Slow and controlled. That's what's going to get you further as a hypermobile person. The next exercise you might have seen or been given yourself is a lat pull. Okay, with a lat pull, you start from a bit higher, and what you might be doing is something like this. Now again, as a hypermobile person, my arms can go quite far back, but all I'm doing there is loading up the fronts of my shoulders as my shoulder blade tilts forward. So what we're going to do instead is focus on keeping our shoulders relaxed, focusing on pinching through the armpit so we get a bit of engagement around the lats in our relaxed position. Again, you're going to reach just to where you feel is comfortable. And we're going to pull. This post isn't ideal for this exercise. We're going to pull the arms back just to my torso. Again, we're going to hold at that end range, and what I want you to do is feel which muscles are helping you work here. So it should be muscles around the backs of the shoulder blade, a bit of the tricep. And we're just going to hold there so we feel that engagement. Now, the final exercise you've probably been given is some kind of rotational exercise. Some kind of rotational exercise like this to help strengthen your rotator cuff. Again, when we talk about a hypermobile person, you probably can go all the way out here without realizing how you actually got there in the first place. And that's kind of the key when it comes to working with a hypermobile body, is working with the journey of getting to the end range as opposed to just getting there. So we want to focus more on your mid-range. So an alternative for this, what we're going to do instead is we're going to hold the band at 90 degrees. So our elbow stays at 90. Our shoulder is going to stay nice and locked and nice and comfortable there. And all we're going to do is step away. Okay? So my arm stayed exactly where it is as I've stepped away. And what we're working here is more an isometric contraction. So the muscle is having to maintain its position as we increase the resistance by stepping away. This is going to be far more beneficial for building stability in your shoulders than doing heaps and heaps of these. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video recapping a few ways that you can alter resistance band exercises for a hypermobile body. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at doc_Ashton with 2 N's at the end. And you can also find me on TikTok at that same handle, at doc_Ashton with 2 N's at the end. And I'll see you next time.